Hold up. Hey, big money, overweight, bitch. Big walk, overweight, bitch. Bad bitch, suck on my dick. Body.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first Last question mark challenge of 2018 and the first Last question mark challenge of the series. For today, we are in the Australian Grand Prix on the 2017 game, and we will be driving as Daniel Ricciardo, the hometown boy, as we got the Australian Grand Prix this weekend, and this is a good way just to get our foot in the door and get a little bit hyped for the new F1 series. So 25% race. We're going to be starting at the back. We're going to see how far up the order we can get in the race. Hopefully we can predict some good things for Daniel Ricciardo, and maybe the person who wins this race could in fact go on to win the Grand Prix this Sunday. So it could be some Jedi mind tricks going on by here. You never know, but we're going to be starting at the back as Daniel Ricciardo, as we are going for the strategy right now. A simple one stop for a 25% race, just switching it up, putting on the supers for the first stint and the ultras for the final stint, chucking a little bit of extra fuel in just for good measure. And as we go to 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix Last question mark challenge, we are underway, and we got a brilliant starter compared to Marcus Ericsson and Van Dorn going down the field as well. As we dive it up the inside, see how far we can get. We can get up to P16 at the end of the first corner, taking it nice and easy, as we just gonna see what we can do into turn 3. We dive it up the inside of several cars, getting up to P12 momentarily, but getting pushed back down to P13 by Kevin Magnussen, who holds the inside line beautifully, and we will maintain P13 for the time being. Moving on later into that lap, we push the track limit slightly, so we get our first warning, but we just sent one right down the inside of Kevin Magnussen just towards the end of sector 2, and here we are right now at the end of the lap. A load of cars going slowly. There's going to be one hell of a overtaking onslaught as they all slow each other up by battling each other. We get up into P8 right behind our teammate Max Verstappen, so already at the end of lap 1 we are well and truly in the top 10 as we chuck it up into Rich Mix, try and get away from Esteban Ocon, who has got that Mercedes powered engine in the back, so he's obviously going to be quick in a straight line. But we're going to try and close up to Max Verstappen right now, and unfortunately we're unable to make a move, but we are sticking to the back of him nonetheless, and we're going to see what we can do as we go a little bit wide. We lose the back end slightly, almost hit the wall, and that's allowed Ocon to dive around the outside, but we're going to hold the inside, and maybe around the swooping right under we are able to keep it in P8 for the time being, but that was very close to brushing the wall, losing a tyre and retiring from this race. Hopefully this does not happen to Daniel Ricciardo, but we move on to lap 3. Hulkenberg really holding up Verstappen in P6. Verstappen's going to send one down the inside. We're just going to hang back, see what we can do. Verstappen gets pushed off a little bit, but we got the Rich Mix for him. We're going to dart one side to the other to try and take Hulkenberg around the outside, and it's going to be a beautiful little move up into P6 in the Grand Prix after 3 laps. I would like to remind people that this is on Ultimate AI, so it is just as hard, and we got to be very aggressive with our overtakes as we come into the pits on lap 8. Didn't really catch up to anyone, and we started to pull away from the people behind us, Hulkenberg, Verstappen and Ocon. We were pulling away from them, but lap 8 we're coming in right now for our one and only pit stop chucking on the ultra soft tyres, and we're going to drop down the field slightly, but hopefully on fresh ultras we can start making our way back up the grid, and we're coming out in P9 just behind Sergio Perez, who was the car ahead of us, and it looks like we've gained a little bit of time on him as well, because I don't remember being this close to him. But we're going to see what we can do as we move on to lap 11 right now, sending one down the inside of Sergio Perez into turn 3. Round turn 4, we got that move done and dusted. And that's not over yet, because Sergio Perez is going to come back at us on the back straight. Of course he is with that Mercedes engine, and he's able to hang it around the outside. I had to leave him a bit of the room, but Sergio Perez has done us in the swooping right left handers, and we're gonna stick behind him right now, see if we can get DRS, see if we can overtake him into turn 1, or maybe into turn 3 where we made that impressive dive bomb on the first lap. So here we are right in the back of Perez with DRS wide open, standard mix, no need to put it into rich mix just yet. Unfortunately not able to close up enough on the pit straight, but maybe on the second straight with a second bite of DRS. Can we do it? And no, we're just a little bit too far back, but we got a good run. We're right on his gearbox right now as we go a little bit wide, and we're just going to stick with Perez. Hopefully he makes a mistake so we can climb up to P4, because that will be some kind of result to get up from last place to P4 in this Grand Prix. As we're going to send it down the inside, squeeze him out, open up the steering wheel, leave him hang him out to dry for good measure. And on the lap 13, suffered a little bit of wing damage, so not able to be as crisp as I like in these corners, which allows Sergio Perez to send it back down the inside, and he's still there, so I still gotta leave him the room, as he got his nose just in there, so I can't really do much about it. But we're gonna hold the inside for the penultimate corner. Around the final corner, right, we've got him in our dust, and oh no, Sergio Perez has made contact with our rear right tyre, and we have lost some time to Sergio Perez, but fortunately we kept it out of the wall. And oh no, the last lap we get a 3-second time penalty trying to push the limits of the car. So unfortunately this means that no matter what happens with Perez, unless he has a complete engine failure, we are not going to get P4. So it's just looking back right now at Verstappen, but as we come around the final corner, we appear to be ahead enough of Max Verstappen to keep P5, and we're going to cross the line in P5, which is a fairly decent result considering. And yep, that is the first last question mark in the bag, as we got Lewis Hamilton winning the Grand Prix. I would like to point out that Valtteri Bottas retired from the race, so hopefully that doesn't happen to him on Sunday, but you never know in motorsport, right? These cars are going to be very raw coming onto the track. You know, we don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully we're going to be treated to a very exciting race. And we got both Ferraris up there on the podium with Hamilton, and there was just nothing we could do. We didn't have the pace to catch these three guys, and unfortunately the wing damage to the Red Bull allowed Perez to keep with me, and unfortunately, you know, Perez was just the better driver on the day. He was a better driver on the day, but yeah, that was an interesting last question mark challenge. Hopefully guys you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like down, you know, drop in the comments whether you enjoyed it or not, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more videos like this coming in the future, and we shall catch you in the next video. Let go.